Hi Gemini, this is your August reading through the 18th through the 31st. So I wanted to see what kind of energies will align for you. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate for you. You also might come to realize that the other side might resonate with you more than your side. Take as resonates. Energy is fluent. It does move around quite easily, so take whatever applies. Cross watchers, you are welcomed. You also might realize that you might resonate more on the Gemini side. If that's the case, just take it and run with it. So yeah, let's just get started on your guys' reading. We're going to start off with an animal card for you guys before getting into the actual reading. So let's see what your energies are like for this month. Gemini through the 18th through the 31st, please. All right. Interesting. All right, so we have the bee, the unicorn, and the panther. I've noticed that all of it is in the reverse, so I don't know what's going on with you right now, Gemini. But I'm getting kind of the feeling that you might be the bee and the unicorn. And whoever you're dealing with is the panther, is what the energy I am picking up. So we have the actual air symbol, and we have the ethereal symbol. So what I'm kind of getting here is I'm feeling like there is a part, gosh, I can't talk right now. Some of you Geminis out there have been feeling kind of stifled in a way, where you feel like people aren't valuing you as much, that people are kind of looking at you and thinking that, you know, they're not seeing the uniqueness that you have to offer. Perhaps maybe you've had ideas or you've had thoughts and feelings towards certain things and people will kind of tell you otherwise. I'm kind of getting a feeling that this person that you might be dealing with kind of seems like he's sharp with their words, quick to jump to conclusions kind of about you. And I'm getting a feeling that a lot of Geminis are very depressed lately. I don't know why, but I think a lot of people have been feeling very depressed and stifled. I'm kind of also getting the sense that whoever Gemini is dealing with is kind of being, like they have their eyes on you. Because I'm kind of noticing here the two colorations. And if you kind of look at it, it's almost like they have their eye on Gemini here. And they're watching Gemini closely. And I feel like they're doing so because I almost feel like they're threatened by you, Gem. I'm getting the feeling that somebody, whether this is relationship-wise, a boss, a coworker, family member, friend, take it as it resonates. This is a general reading. But whoever it is that Gemini is dealing with, it's almost like this person is watching you extremely closely. It's almost like this person doesn't want Gemini to evolve or to move past. Because I'm getting a feeling that, you know, this person does see the potential that you have, but they're trying to stifle it and make it seem like you're worth less than what you actually are. Because I'm getting a feeling that this person is insecure about stuff and is using it against, and is making Gemini, trying to make Gemini feel this way. Because this person might be feeling threatened or feeling unstable when it comes towards you. Because Geminis are really quick to thinking. They're really good with thinking. They're really good with kind of coming up with different sides of points of views. And it's almost kind of like whoever you're with isn't liking what you have to say or isn't liking what you are doing. And perhaps maybe you've had ideas about something in the future and this person is just not enjoying it, just does not like it. So let's see what this is all about here, because this is some interesting energy that I've been picking up and I'm not really quite sure what's going on. All right. Sorry about that. The dogs. Okay, I'm gonna move everything to make sure that it all fits. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Coins. Okay. All right, so this, I'm going to use this as an example for a relationship because I'm feeling that a lot of this is more an actual intimate relationship. So, Gemini, don't get me if I'm wrong, I feel like this might be you at the top and the person you're dealing with might be at the bottom, but I'm not quite sure, so let's get more into it. But I think that this is what I am picking up. So it's almost like whatever the situation has gone down, it almost feels like it's going kind of sour. Like it's not really going the way that either of you intended for it to go. And it's kind of like you have so much potential to go out and do other things. And it seems like you're kind of juggling stuff right now. You're feeling kind of unstable where you're at, Gemini. And I really think that in a lot of ways, that's making this other person uneasy. It's making this person feel hurt to your actions. Because I think that you used to look at this relationship like it might actually have a lot of potential, like it actually might be a fulfillment. But it almost seems like you're kind of coming to the conclusion that you're not emotionally happy in this anymore. It's almost like you're kind of coming to the realization that maybe this relationship is a little bit toxic. Don't get me wrong, but that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that there's a part of you that feels like perhaps this relationship is a little bit toxic. And I think that this is upsetting the other person because I think that you might want to go somewhere else, that you don't really want to continue this relationship. So, let's see. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Because there's been some juggling going on. So, it's kind of like you've had these thoughts and feelings for a while, but you're not really sure, you don't really know how to go forward with this. Clarify the Ten of Cups. It's almost like you're kind of noticing that your feelings for this person, it's almost like it's not really there anymore. If that is to make sense. Oh, the card fell. Okay. All right. So, it's kind of an interesting dilemma because this other person seems to kind of be a little bit emotional and kind of all over the place to an extent. So, okay, so what I'm kind of getting here is, Gemini, I think that you're trying to move past this situation. And I think that you don't really know how to communicate this to this person. Because it almost feels like whatever has taken place here, your heart's just not in it anymore. And it's kind of upsetting this other person. Because I feel like at one point, you probably could see actual potential with this individual. You could actually see that this might be going somewhere. But then I think after a while, you're kind of realizing, no, this isn't really something I want to do anymore. And it almost kind of feels like you're trying to back away slowly, but it's like you've been contemplating this for quite a while. And it's kind of like you've kind of come to the conclusion that I think you're kind of done here. You've been juggling back and forth, but you're kind of realizing that you don't want to hurt the person anymore, but you're realizing that you're slowly just losing feelings. There's a part of you that just doesn't really want to open up anymore, that just doesn't really want to talk about this anymore. It just seems kind of like it's over, it's done. But at the same time, you did know that there was good times with this person, but so you have had those thoughts that I think are kind of keeping you up, but not necessarily up at night, but kind of in that way, where it's making you kind of restless. But you know that there's not much there anymore. There's not much growth there in this relationship. So it's kind of like you're coming to the conclusion that I think I kind of want to end this. And it's making you feel bad because it's like you don't want to hurt this person. You can kind of see that this person had some potential, but you're kind of looking at this like, I want to go somewhere else. But this person is not wanting that to happen, does not want you to move forward. This person's been very hurt by this because it's almost like they're kind of seeing you pulling away and it's upsetting them. And it's making them feel like, it's almost like this person's kind of viewing you like, kind of like an asshole. Sorry for swearing, but not really. Because it's like this person looks back and sees all the good time that you had with each other. And they want to still move forward with you, but they don't want to, they still feel like there's a potential there. They still feel like you can still have that fulfillment. They still look at it like, yeah, some stuff has happened, but it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why you're making it such a big deal. It's kind of the energy that they're coming from. And it's like they don't want to make that choice. They know that it might be over, but they don't want it to be over. They don't want it to end as a decision. And it's kind of like it's almost like they're trying to compromise with you, Gemini. But they're not using their full intuition. It's like they know it's over. They know it's not going to work out. It's like they kind of know that you guys might not be meant for each other, but they're still forcing it. They're still trying to make it happen. And it's like they have the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. It's like they know that even if they offer something to you, that you're kind of going to deny it, but they're still kind of trying to speak their truth. They're still causing conflict. They want to fight for this, and they're willing to fight for it. And I think they want victory in the end. They're really trying to get the victory that they think that they deserve and want. But it's kind of weird is because it's like they're kind of afraid to put in the effort a little bit, but at the same time they're willing to talk about it, but it ends in fights, it ends in arguments, but it's like they're trying to now one-up you. It's almost like they're trying to say, oh yeah, well, if you're going to leave me, I'm at least going to have the last word. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like no matter what, I want to be the one that's victorious in the end. I don't want Gemini to leave me and be happy somewhere else. I want to make sure that I get something out of this too. It's kind of like a selfish energy, kind of. Because this person feels like they're not going to get what they put in, if that makes sense. They kind of feel like whatever they have worked on with you, they feel like it's not going to happen. They feel like they're not going to get it. And it's bothering them. And they have a lot of pain and a lot of anger towards it. But I feel like they're trying to let go of it at the same time. But I think that they have said some mean things to you, Gemini. I think when you were trying to pull back and trying to explain the situation a little bit, I think they might have been a little angry about it and maybe have said some things. And I feel like this person knows that they got to move forward. So it's like they're acting like they are moving forward, but they're extremely defensive about it. And they're not willing to really negotiate or really try and make things work. But yet at the same time they are. So it's really weird. It's kind of like this person knows you're going to be out the door. So they're trying to act like, like they know it hurts and they're aware that that it hurts them. But it's like they're still trying to pull off the whole like, you're going to regret it kind of an energy. It's like they're still trying to make it seem like they're more the stable one. They're more the one that's better. But it's like bottom of the deck in the shadow side, it's kind of like you know that there's not much to invest anymore, and you're having the strength to try and cut it out. You want to cut it out. And you know what? You might have ties with this person financially. You might be living with this person. You know, you might have something there. So it's like trying to leave this person, it's going to be very difficult, is the feeling I'm getting. It's like it's complicated. There's a lot of complications to this reading. And it's like this person's trying to make it difficult for you. It's like if this, for instance, if say you live together and you say you have bills in your name and you have, you guys share so many things together, they're going to try and make it difficult for you. Say if you're married to this person's going to try and get more out of the divorce. It's like this person's really trying to one up and win. They want the victory, but they're not really seeing how much it can affect you. Because I'm feeling like you're actually hurt, Gemini, about this situation. But I'm getting the feeling that it's almost like you have dealt with this person. I feel like this person has always been very demanding of you. And I feel like this person's always expecting more from you. And I feel like you're getting drained. I feel like Gemini has been the person there for this person for a long time. And I think that it's starting to wear on you. And I think it's starting to make you feel like you need to cut the cord. Because I think that this person's never satisfied with everything that you give them. And I think that you kind of feel like you're not so special anymore in this relationship. Because I'm kind of getting that with the unicorn. Like a part of Geminis don't feel very special. Like this person doesn't really value you. They just want what you can give them materialistically, what you can make them like feel. And it's like, I almost feel like this person that you're dealing with is also have been under some depression and anxiety. And I think this person might have some type of mental disorder. So I think you've been trying to be patient with this person, but I think it's getting to the point where you can't do it anymore. This is just too hard for you, and this is just too toxic. And I think that it's getting to that point where you want to cut this person off, but this person really is trying to make it difficult. And you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. It's almost like the feelings that this person has for you is also fading away. And it's like they're aware of that, but they also try to hold on. It's like this person has a codependency tie on Gemini. And it's like this person really is trying to make it seem like it's all about them. And how dare you be so rude? And how dare you be so mean to me? It's kind of that energy. And it's kind of getting to the point where, you know, a lot of things have been happening. A lot of things have been said. I think this person has a tendency, for instance, say, Gemini, you work really hard all the time, and then this person just keeps taking your paychecks. Or this person just keeps, it's almost like, it's kind of weird, because it's almost like this person gives you a little bit, but it's almost like you've been having to be the rock. You've been having to be the person that's stronger for this person, and it's made you kind of bitter and resentful towards this person. And it's like you're kind of lost the passion in this relationship. There's not much there. You don't really show the lovey-doveyness that you used to show to this person, which I think in return makes this person angry as well. Like you used to be more affectionate with them, and I think that they throw that in your face quite a bit. But it's almost like you wanted to stop fighting with this person, Gemini, because you're kind of realizing, there was love there. There was a lot of caring and stuff that was put into this relationship. But it's almost like now, everything seems to be masked over with manipulation and just full-on fights and battles. And it's like what has been communicated has hurt both you and the other person. And it's like this relationship is just kind of stagnant, it feels like. It's like this was a long time coming, was kind of the feeling I'm getting. And it's like, I don't know, it's almost like some of you Geminis have thought back to the past and other relationships. And it's like, I don't know, it just seems like you're kind of debating, like, should I go somewhere else? I feel like I need to. And under the deck, we had the Knight of Coins, and then below that, underneath that, was the Judgment card in the reverse. So it's kind of like some of you, and then we have the Devil card in the reverse. So it's like some of you have to acknowledge that it wasn't just this person that you also brought in a lot of things. And you have to acknowledge, well, why did this person come into my life to begin with? And you have to look at this, because I'm feeling like for a lot of Geminis, this is a pattern. Either you give a lot or you take a lot. And you've never really had a relationship that's an equal give and take. And I think that, you have to look in within yourself and say, well, why is it that I attract the people that I attract? Because it needs to be some self-reflecting as well, or else you're just going to jump into another toxic relationship. And what I'm getting here is that, Gemini, you need to learn to let go of that toxicity. There's something there. There's either a belief system, there's either patterns, there's maybe like stuff that you do on the daily that has caused you to go towards people that are like this. And once I think you learn to handle that, I think you will find victory. I think you will find success. Once you learn to release that toxic energy and actually learn to self-reflect upon your own actions and your own decisions and know that, hey, I put myself in this situation too. It wasn't just the other person. It has something to do with me. And that takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of strength to do that, to have to reflect upon why you attract the people you attract. And it's kind of interesting because I'm getting the feeling that this person, it's like this person kind of had feelings for you when you first started, but it's almost like this person was very closed off too. This person, I think, has always been emotionally closed to an extent, just like you were, Gemini. So I think both of you kind of made the relationship work, because I think that in a way, a lot of it might have been very surface leveled. And then when Gemini started to realize, maybe I want something deeper than that, it's like this other person got angry too. Because this other person doesn't want to self-reflect. This other person doesn't want to go deep in and figure out what is going on with them. Because this person, I think, has a lot of problems. This person has a lot of codependencies. This person has a tendency of wanting to take. And that's the feeling I'm getting with this card. This person likes to take. And they rarely ever give. And if they do give, it's like breadcrumbs. It's not something that's really sustainable. It's not something that's really worth having. And it's almost like, this is so weird, but this just popped in my mind. It's almost like they call you up when you're on your way home from work and says, hey, I want you to stop to the store and get me, I don't know, like some kind of treat. And you're like, okay. So you go and you get the treat and you come back. And it's like this person's like, oh, you got the sour ones? I wanted these ones. And it's like, instead of just saying, thank you, honey, for going to the store and getting me that. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't know why that popped in my mind, but it's like little stuff like that. It irritates Gemini, because it's like, I do so much for you, and yet you're never grateful. You always just take, and you always make me run and do stupid little errands, and you'll make me have to get up off the couch and go get you stuff and come back. And it's like, I'll sit down and want to do something, and then you want to do something else, so we'd have to do what you want to do. It's that kind of energy. And I think it's just really starting to wear on you, Gem. I think it's just something that you just kind of can't take anymore. And, again, this can be the cross-watcher. This could be the Gemini you're dealing with. Take it as it resonates, whatever. But that's kind of what I'm getting. It's just that kind of energy. It's that kind of frustration. So here we have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So what I'm kind of getting is, I feel like, Gemini, you have been in denial about this person. I think you have been in denial about this relationship for quite some time, because I'm getting a feeling that this has been a relationship that you have been in for at least like so many months to a year or so. Like, this has been a relationship that's been around for a while. And I feel like you knew about this, but yet you were in denial about it, because I think there was a part of you that wanted this to work so badly. But it's like you kind of know deep down that it's just, this relationship is just not good for you. You have relationship. I attract to those people who serve my highest good. So perhaps, Gemini, what I'm really getting from this, though, is you met this person for a reason. This person had to show you how badly they treated you and how much they get to that point, so that you would finally snap and see that, actually, I do have a lot of worth. Actually, I do contribute a lot into this relationship. And the fact that you don't respect me or see that within me is your loss. It's like Gemini has to learn and evolve and grow from that. So, oh, wow, growth. That's weird. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And it's in the reverse. So it's like you staying in this relationship is not helping you grow. But leaving this relationship and learning from it will help you grow. It will actually help you see everything that you have the potential of doing. And then we have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So what's happening here in a lot of ways that I am seeing for you, Gemini? Sorry, my dog. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And I think that there's a lot of energy that has been brewing within you, Gemini. I think that you have a fear of leaving this person because in a way, I think that you are used to people like that. I think that in a way you think that you deserve to be treated that way. It's almost like you think that I don't want to swear, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's like you feel like you're a piece of shit in a way, if that makes sense. It's like a part of you is like, you know what, maybe I do deserve this. You know, it's kind of like that kind of energy. It's almost like you feel like maybe it's karma, you know, and it's kind of hard because when you're in a situation where people don't love you or respect you, it makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel like perhaps you deserve it, but you really don't. And you have fear of leaving this person because I think you've been around this person for so long, Gemini, that I think that not having them around makes you feel weird. It's like you are so used to the energy that leaving that energy behind, even for a better energy, it's uncomfortable. Even though you might know it's good to leave, it's an uncomfortable feeling. And there's fear behind it because it's like, well, what if I can't find anybody better? Or what if I leave and, you know, it ends up backfiring on me? You know, what if I actually need this person? Because I'm getting a feeling that this person really drilled it into your head that you can't live without them, that this person's the best you'll ever do. And it's kind of weird because I've been getting that feeling like this person has been beating you down practically ever since you've been with this person. It's like they've been planting little seeds in your head like, oh, you know, I would never do that to you. Like, say if Gemini mentions their ex or something, they're like, oh, I would never do that to you. Like, who would do that? And then, like, they would turn around and then they'll do it. And then they'll justify for it and say, like, you know, different things. And they'll throw it back at your door all the time. So it's almost like Gemini kind of feels like maybe they deserve that treatment. And it's not true. If any of you have been feeling this way, because I feel like a lot of you are in the process of leaving this relationship or you're contemplating leaving this relationship. And there might be a tiny, small, select few of Geminis out there who have left the relationship, but is now just starting to feel all of those emotions again and is debating on going back. Which I would say, don't ever go back to people like that, who belittle you, who tell you that you're worthless, who doesn't respect you or doesn't love or honor the little things that you do for them. Nobody deserves to be like in a relationship with that, you know. So yeah, it's kind of a difficult situation for you, Gemini, and I think that in a lot of ways, I think that you really wanted to make this work. And sometimes relationships aren't meant to work out, but they're just meant to be lessons. And I think that this is what this is for you, Gemini. I think this is a lesson to help you grow, but you just need to let go of that fear and you just need to let go of that denial in order for you to actually grow and learn from this. Because once you learn to grow, once you get out of that energy, eventually you won't be in that energy anymore. You won't meet people like that anymore because then you'll rise to a higher vibration. We have autumn. Release the old and rest. So it's time for you to release this old relationship, release the old beliefs, release the old thought patterns that you have. Sorry. There are people outside and my dogs are freaking out. Hey, quiet, it's okay. Anyway, so I think that that's a lot of it, I think there's a lot of you that has a hard time releasing and letting go of the old. And we have Oracle. Wait for important information. I think there's a part of you that doesn't really know what to do next. And I think that you need to examine the relationship, examine your life, and examine on where you want to go. and what you should do. And then we have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. I think that you might be the type of people that when somebody shows you love, you have a hard time reciprocating it, or you have a hard time loving yourself or giving love to others. You know, there's a lot of block there, like a lot of heart chakra problems. So examine yourself, examine why it is that you find people who are codependent, find people who are emotionally unavailable, find people who are difficult to deal with. Because once you learn that and you learn that you deserve better, you can actually let go of that. And it will be much easier for you to move forward. But that's definitely what I'm getting, is that this is a relationship that has run its course, and I think it's time that you learn the lessons that you need to learn, because I think that this has been a repeating pattern for a lot of Geminis out there. So, woo, yeah, that was a lot, Gemini. I hope that this resonated with you, and if it did, I wish you guys luck, and I wish you guys peace in your guys' life and a peace of mind. Good luck with everything, and I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.